Welcome to another episode of InRange. This is a follow-up on the S333 Thunderstruck volley fire revolver. This is a revolver that fires 2 rounds per trigger press in volley fire, which is not a violation of the NFA, and it holds 8 rounds, so you can press the trigger 4 times and fire 8 rounds. It's completely designed to be a self-defense weapon. If you haven't seen my full review of this gun, you should check that out first because this is a follow-up to it. In that review, I came to have significant problems with bullet stabilization, and in fact had a failing score at the backup gun match in which I was missing targets at 3 yards due to bullet destabilization. In fact, we saw keyholing at 3 yards. I have a paper target here at 3 yards. Now, because of the pandemic, it's hard to get ammunition, and at that match I was using CCI TNT green 22 Winchester Magnum. That's all I had, but I pulled some strings and I got some of this. 30 grain VMAX Hornady. I'm going to try this ammunition first. I'm going to fire all 8 rounds at this paper target at 3 yards, and I'm going to see if we have the same problem. That will separate it being from an ammunition issue, I would hope. If we continue to have the same problems, then I'm going to try something else. So let's get this loaded up with 8 rounds, and let's see what happens. 8 rounds of 30 grain VMAX. Let's do this and see what happens. Perfect sight picture, center of mass. And I already see keyholing. Let's go take a look at the target. It is absolutely not an ammunition issue. This is a different brand of ammunition entirely, and look what we've got. Perfectly keyhole bullets right here and here. So a couple rounds did better, but look at this. These are destabilizing at 3 yards. Now this is 2 different brands of ammunition, 2 different types of projectiles, 2 different types of projectile weights, still having the same keyholing issues. So some of the things that were postulated in the comments, which I didn't even think about, was one thing you could try is firing 1 round at a time instead of 2. So I'm going to skip every other chamber in the cylinder and dry fire 1 chamber and fire a live round in the other. And we're going to see if we get the keyholing issues. That should help us understand if this is an issue with stabilization based on the barrel or twist rate or something like that. Or if, as both rounds are going off, maybe the actual blast is disrupting the rounds and causing them to wobble as they leave the barrel. Or the barrels converge, and as the bullets leave, they strike each other and cause them to deflect in weird ways. Let's try that next. I've loaded with only 4 rounds. That means I will be firing only 1 barrel at a time. Let's see if we get the same problem. All right, I fired 4. Let's go see what we got. Okay, interesting. Firing only the right barrel. They hit left of target of where I was aiming because I was aiming dead center, but guess what? Nothing destabilized. These all are normal hits. We're not seeing keyholing. Let's do the left barrel next. So this time we're going to close it and we're going to fire the left barrel only. And guess what? Keyholing. 2 bullets keyholed out of the 4 that I fired. So there's something wrong with the left barrel from a quality control perspective. That said, when we're firing both barrels at the same time, I bet there's enough instability in the left barrel that it's causing more significant keyholing. Let's go ahead and load up all 8 and we'll do 1 more group. I'm going to pull this target off and start fresh. Aiming right here, getting high and left, which is the group we saw before, but we're still seeing keyholing, although I'm not going to say that it's worse with both barrels being fired. I think what we're seeing here isn't an issue with both rounds being fired and disrupting one another. I think the quality control on the left barrel is crap, and there's something wrong with the left barrel. I'm going to put 1 more clean target up and fire only left barrel to confirm that. So when I close this, it'll index only on the left barrel. I bet you we see keyholing at 3 yards. This was left barrel only. All 4 rounds keyholed on the target at 3 yards. 3 yards. 9 feet. Keyholing high and left at 11 o'clock on the target when I'm aiming down here. This is obviously a significant problem with quality control, and I have to venture a guess. Did they actually test these at all before putting it out to the commercial market? At least this unit, because quality control would be you would test fire this on a target. And I would think that test firing as simple as 3 yards away would be a way to indicate there's something wrong with one of the barrels. It is clearly not an issue with the rounds acting upon one another when exiting the barrel. However, it is interesting to note that after posting my big review, I did get to watch the promo reel. I never watched their own promo reel. They have a little marketing sizzle reel for this gun, which is entertaining in its own right. but there's some high-speed footage of both bullets leaving the barrel. And in their high-speed footage, you can actually see the bullets, at least one of them, looking to be very unstable, as well as they immediately show a ballistic gel test to show that it's, very effective as a self-defense pistol. And you can see that from the blast of fire that they're shooting that from literally point-blank range. In fact, it looks like the gun is just barely off the camera. Seems like kind of interesting marketing, in my opinion. But in regards to this gun has a significant problem with the left barrel. I'm going to go ahead and back up, and I'm going to shoot one more group with the right barrel, and we're going to see if those keyhole. Wow, a few of those actually hit to point of aim. Here's the right barrel, here's the left barrel. I think you can see there's a significant problem with the left barrel. The right barrel is not doing that badly. What this tells me is, marketing hype aside and the idea of a volley fire 22 Magnum gun self-defense, that's another discussion. What this does tell me is that there's not an inherent problem with the design in terms of the rounds deflecting off one another or causing some sort of blast issue or instability, but there is a significant quality control problem with the company and this revolver. If you think this is a good design for you, which I don't understand why you would after watching this video and hopefully the review, but if you do, make sure you go out and test fire it to make sure yours doesn't do this, because this gun is a complete liability to not only you in a self-defense scenario, but everyone around you when you're firing it. All right, I'm going to send this video and the review to Standard Manufacturing and let them know there's a problem with my gun in the left barrel, and hopefully we'll see how they respond in an appropriate and responsible way. Guys, if you like this stuff, please consider supporting the channel on Patreon. This gun and all that ammunition, which is hard to get right now, was purchased with Patreon support. No sponsors, no advertisers, and that's what allows me to do legitimate, real reviews like this for you. If you already are, thank you. If you'd like to consider it, please do. If you can't, I do understand. Subscribe to one of the multiple distribution points. You can find them all at inrange.tv/watch. Thanks for watching, and share with your friends.